We are reporting from Thoothukudi in South Tamil Nadu. This is one of the worst affected districts in the region due to the incessant rains that have been lashing South Tamil Nadu in the last 2 to 3 days. And you can see from the visuals, this is a residential area and how this entire area is fully flooded. Now, this is a situation in many places across Thoothukudi, and in fact, even to travel from one street to another or one junction to another, it's extremely difficult because most roads are cut off. It's difficult for vehicles to go through these roads, and that of course is the situation in many places. So at this point in time, many people are stranded at their homes. There is of course no electricity and absolutely no network. So the access to communication is cut off. So many people are stranded and they are in need of help, and that is what the government is also now prioritizing to help and rescue people who are stranded, who are in need of help, and give them some kind of relief items, even if they cannot be rescued from their homes. At least give them some basic essentials so that they can survive through these couple of days until the water reaches. I'm just going to speak to some of them here. Anna, inga evlo baadippu irukku indha area la evlo kashama irukku?
நல்ல பாதிப்பு தான். எல்லா இடத்துல தண்ணி இருக்குது, மழை கம்மியாக தான் இருக்குது, இப்படி எல்லா இடத்துலையும் வெள்ளம், மேலே தான் மாடி வீட்டில் தான் இருக்க முடியும்.
So he's saying that the water of course has started to recede, but there is a lot of difficulty that they're facing. Most of them are on their terrace of the house. That is what he's saying. Electricity
no mafia electricity illa
இப்போ பேசிக்
எதுவும் ஒர்க் ஆகாது. No communication, no electricity, no food, no power, everything.
So where is your family?
In the upstairs.
Okay, so you've just come out to see the situation to get something for your house.
Food, but all are costly now.
Okay, everything is expensive.
Everything expensive.
How much has water entered your house as well? Is it
like this? Okay. Like from outside.
Okay.
Outside, but not rain by the seepage, and it is tank breaking.
Okay. So he's saying that even though he's come out to get some essentials, everything is very expensive. That is something that he said. And across Thoothukudi, this is the situation. Even though there are pockets like these where at least few vehicles can pass by, there are several other areas where there is no access to the roads, and the only way now, of course, is to use boats or a big vehicle such as a JCB or a tractor, or depend on the Navy or the Air Force for their helicopters, and that is the only way for rescue at this point in time in many places which are even more badly affected.
பொறுமையா போங்க, காலை தேய்ச்சி நடந்து போங்க.
And you can see from the visuals how this entire stretch of road, this is a commercial area, a residential area as well, this entire stretch of road is completely waterlogged. There are several streets where the water is hip level or even more than that. So the people living in those streets, some of them are stranded in their houses, some of them are trying to come out to the streets to see if they can get any rescue boats or get some basic essentials from the shops here. So the males of the family, the young people in the family, most of them are coming out to see what can be done. And we have taken the help of a minivan to sort of navigate through the stretch of road, because otherwise it's very, very difficult for vehicles to pass through, and that is the situation on ground in Thoothukudi. Many roads are simply cut off for transportation. At least in pockets like these, vehicles can move, but there are pockets where absolutely no vehicle can enter, and that is the reason why now the government has taken the help of the Indian Navy, the Air Force, the NDRF teams and the SDRF teams to rescue people, those who are in distress, or at least provide them some kind of relief items to people who are in distress. So you can see even here, these are police officials who are trying to help the locals here. They're going with tubes and a boat-like structure to just sort of help them out in case they want to be shifted or evacuated. I'm just going to speak to some of them here. Anna, in the area la evlo baadippu irukku?
செம்மையா இருக்குது. அதாவது முட்டை அளவுக்கு கூட தண்ணி எல்லா பக்கத்துலையுமே கிட்டத்தட்ட வீடுகள்லேருந்து வெளியே வர முடியாத சூழ்நிலையில் மாடியில் தான் இருக்கிறாங்க எல்லாரும்.
So what he's saying is that they're in a situation where they cannot come out of their house. They need to stay at the terrace of their residence, and it's very, very difficult because there's so much water inside their houses. And even as we speak, we can spot many helicopters hovering because these are the IAF helicopters, the Navy helicopters that are engaged in rescue and relief work in and around Thoothukudi, because several places, like I mentioned before, are simply cut off. So the only way, the only hope for the people there is for these helicopters to reach them or boats to reach them. So at this point in time, the focus of the government is to prioritize rescue and relief activities in and around Thoothukudi. Even though there are other districts which were affected due to rains, water has started to recede in those places. But given the topography and the geography of Thoothukudi, it will take time for the water to recede here, and that is the reason why all the entire state machinery is pressed into action as far as Thoothukudi is concerned. With video journalist Daniel, this is Shilpa Nair in Thoothukudi for India Today.